Hello everyone, MFPallytime here, and welcome back to Pathfinder and the Wrath of the Righteous. Sorry for the lack of episodes last week. I just had a migraine for like a week straight, so I was trying to take it easy. Before we get into the meat of our meal tonight, I would like to remind you that we are doing a charity live stream on November 6th to raise money for the Arnold Palmer Hospital in Orlando, Florida to help sick kids. Twitch.tv/MFPallytime, November 6th, 24 hours. I would love to see you there. In today's episodes, we are going to head out on the Spies Amidst Our Ranks mission. The peoples of Canabras placed too much faith in the city's long-established peace, which made them careless to the point of negligence. The Tower of Estrad, known to all citizens as a museum where many crusade relics are kept, has been taken over by the band of demon worshippers. There is no doubt that they were drawn to this location by the museum's treasures, many of which possess intriguing magical properties. Urabeth does not have the numbers to force the demons out of the Tower of Estrad. She prefers to confine her actions to scouting and gathering for now. However, Hammond is hungry and we shall feed him. Originally, my plan was to go to Argus Worm's house way down here. He specifically requested we bring Camellia, and I kind of kicked her out of our party. So that's my bad. My bad. 2-hour journey. Let's see if we can make it there in time. You've been spotted by enemies that we shall fight. This episode is not being recorded live on Twitch. It's 12:30 in the morning on Saturday night. But I just want to get this episode out and ready. Let's have everyone stealth forward, figure out what we're looking at, maybe change our party's composition here, or positioning, not composition. This is looking pretty okay, though. We're just going to have Lan fire off a couple shots here. Was that Ember's crow that just went over our head? Lan is going to connect with 2 shots as the fight is getting underway. I'm just going to hit him with a divine zap if I can. It doesn't look like I can. Ember with a shot on our enemy with her crossbow does not connect. Let's fire off. Probably can't shoot anything because of our flat-footed round with the light. Man, names are going to be hard. Nenio. I take a few days off and I forget everybody's name. That's quite the problem. Woljif is going to move right up behind Sela as Hammond makes his way forward, protecting our rogue as well. The demon is going to charge forward. Unfortunately, take 2 attacks of opportunity as he does it. And we're going to collect our riches and leave. I know there was a lot of discussion on Twitch about some new party members. You failed to sneak past enemies. I just want to say, for the record, I really enjoy our party composition right now. I think each of our characters is fun and unique and bring a nice perspective to things. Where's the enemy right now? A marauder fighter on the far side of the screen. Can he go to sleep, Ember? Whoa! Not only did he pass the will save, but lightning struck in the area. Looks like we are not going to be putting him to sleep. Lan is going to fire off a shot for 10 damage onto our enemy. And we're going to take a similar stance as we had before. As that guy's turn passes, he doesn't act. Liz is probably too far away for a divine zap. Ember might be able to get a shot off here. Am I just being stopped by a necromancer behind us, emerging in the storms? Sela's gonna move forward with the swing of her blade at our enemy. Lan's going to focus on his energy inside of him, gain an extra action, and turn around to face the necromancers. 3 shots at the necromancer. 2 is all it's going to take for 21 damage, taking down the target as Woljif leaves stealth and walks forward with 20 damage with his dagger to finish those guys off. Okay, fine, I'm leaving. Hurry, get the fuck out of here. A dead duelist has been discovered upon our path. Oh no, we just picked his pockets clean. We managed to collect everything there, and we're not far away from the tower now as we arrive at a new location that we've never been into before. All we really know about this place is that there's a lot of demons. So I'm gonna have everyone get low. Oh shit. Ah! Calamitous burns, the city that should never have fallen. Fate shows no mercy. Is this the image of an angel? Or are we about to see the duality? Darkness and malevolent rage hide behind many masks, but I see them for what they are. I see them in you. Hey. I hear the echo of menacing footsteps. I feel the heat of ancient, cursed rage. Old enemy, you will not escape so easily. Are they just having this conversation and we all pass the stealth check in the middle? Another one emerges. Servants of the Abyss, you entered the House of Memory with evil in your souls. Soon you will be but a memory. Excuse me. Oh, God. Am I fighting both sides or just one? The vision of Yanil. Shouldn't I be helping? Wait, she's the wielder of radiance. Yanil has radiance. I don't think you would put a ghost to sleep, but let's try, Ember. Actually, it was really close. We're gonna have Wool just go up.
Why not both?
That attack made the ghost fade. The memory faded. I'm gonna talk to this side first. Darkness, malevolent rage. Nothing new to say? The translucent winged female warrior recoils from you with a look of fury on her beautiful face. You brought us back to walking. What do you want, foe? Why'd you attack me? Because you are darkness. The abyss lives within you, and you gladly submit to it. I can sense that you recently allowed your bloodlust to blind you in order to stand against a powerful demon. Oh yeah, that little old thing? This confrontation took place very close by, somewhere deep below the city, but the echo of your deeds has reverberated much farther. The world takes notes of all doings, deeds, and even thoughts, the noble and dark alike. I could talk, I swear. I don't know what you are, but you frighten me, and I am a memory of someone who spent centuries fearlessly fighting the hordes of the abyss. Who are you exactly? Not who. What? Memories. This place was created as a cradle of memory and fantasy. The things that belonged to the city's heroes were kept here. People used to come to this place to remember those heroes, and myself and the others are living memories. You woke us, so here we are. So, you're the... Oh, Ember speaks up and says, lots of things seem silent, only until you care to listen to them. Like here. Someone's memory has awoken to reveal itself to us. So, your memories of who exactly? Of the heroes the city wished to immortalize. Go, touch a memory. See how they remember us. After all, this place was created so that our names would never disappear into the mists of history. There used to be a place like this near Neathholm. Land size. Quiet, calm. I used to walk among the plinths and pedestals, wondering, the people who founded this place, what was driving them? Were they thinking about future generations, how to pass down their wisdom and show the right path? Or were they thinking of themselves, trying to keep their names and deeds alive? But when the ceiling collapsed and that place didn't exist anymore, so many questions went moot. I wish I could say that we have not dishonored your memory, but Canabras lies in ruin, and But you fearlessly battle the invaders, with no thought of yourself. You have earned no censure. We are proud of you. Right. In the olden days, mortal kind lost to the demons time and time after time. And now their descendants are continuing their losing streak. How can they not be proud of that? Okay. Well, I don't feel the need to attack an illusion. So, goodbye. Farewell. The power that gives us this semblance of life is running out, and soon we will once again be but memories, living only in words, pictures, and songs. And she faded away. Is that her picture there? What about you? Are you gonna fade away? Man, I wasn't expecting this on the way in. It looks like a picture's missing. More pictures along the other side, too. You kneel by a fountain. This picture was presumably painted from life over the summer of 4637, 1 year before Yanel's heroic death during the Battle of Dresden. More details in the museum's almanac. We heard all about that story from the speaker. Oh, shit, we got blood runes in here? This is locked from the inside. I see. Can I get past the door? Oh. We were able to sneak around to the top. Faxon, the red-skinned, long-haired tiefling, raises his pain-filled eyes to you. A huge magical brand stands out on his chest, freshly burned into his skin. The flesh around the brand is inflamed, and he has an unhealthy-looking hue. Hey! Stop! Who are you? Crusaders! Well. I was looking to add a couple more Crusader heads to my collection and all. Well, this is bad. Why just assume we're Crusaders, though? Where'd you get that idea from? I mean, do we look like Crusaders to you? Sealer says. Oh, right. The tiefling notices the sacred symbol of Iomade gleaming on the paladin's chest and sighs. Yeah, I suppose that explains it. We do have the intimidate option, but I'm actually looking for a fight. I could kill you right now, or I can give you a few more minutes of life if you answer my questions. I am Faxon, servant of Baphomet, the ranking member of the Templars of the Ivory Labyrinth in this city, and new master of this tower, and you better watch your mouth, or else my curses will rip your soul to flaming shreds. Time for an experiment. A sheet of paper appears in Nenio's hands. Mr. Cultist, allow me to ask, what exactly will you do with us when you inevitably vanquish us? I'll curse your souls, skin you alive, and piss on you while you lie there dying. 1, 2, 3 threats, and all of them already on my list. Nenio checks the page and sighs. This specimen of demon worshipping is utterly devoid of ingenuity. I am not certain that his superiors would even notice the death of an underling as lacking in imagination as he. You filthy scum! I'll break your legs so they bend the other way! But you won't be able to scream because I'll cut off your ears and shove them down your throat. Oh, now that's better. That's much better. Her pencil dances across the page. 2 totally new threats for the encyclopedia. I thank you for your contributions, Mr. Cultist. What did you forget in the museum? Why are you here? For the last 3 months, this tower served as a cover for me and my servants. I set up my base in the cellar of the local museum and smuggled an entire regiment of my Templars into the city. It's the ideal place for a secret hideout. The museum was left in charge of a doddering old man who can hardly remember his own name. When our lord struck Canabras, we plunged a blade into the Crusader's back, and a glorious fight it was. Now Lord Zenthir has ordered us to strip Canabras of everything that might be of interest to him, and remove it from the city. He is a great master of the occult and magical arts, and this museum is chock full of all kinds of relics that can prove very interesting to study. Hey, for real though, you look awful, and I'm not just trying to insult you for the buff. Tiefling gives you a hateful glare. Lady Minago was displeased with me. She branded me with this rune to make me suffer. Minago wanted me to subjugate the demons of our ally, Daskari, to wrest control away from the idiot Kalas. But I failed. But it seems my luck is turning. You don't look like rank and file crusaders. When I bring Minago your heads, all will be forgiven, and she shall remove my brand. You know, you should have just run when you first saw me. Faxon's eyes narrow in fury as he releases a feral shriek that sets his gang slavering for your blood. The demons and Templars give an answering howls to their leader and surge forward with an attack. This is kind of bad for our positioning. This is really, really bad for our positioning, but I actually think we want to fight most of these guys over here. We are going to see a cultist archer start to move forward. I am actually going to have... I'm going to have Ninio step up, and this is the perfect spot. It has to be here. Oh no, she can't do it. She can't do it. She'd have to move too far. Okay, mage armor. Get yourself safe, and let's back up. I don't want to give these guys the high ground, but I want you out of there. It looks like he has a flaming weapon at the ready as he is moving forward, and more Templars are beginning to group up on the other side of this wall. My positioning at the beginning here was just piss poor. There's no way of getting around that. Only one of my party members actually went up to check the top of the ramp. But I think we can make this work, and the fact that the enemies aren't opening the door means they're all actually being funneled in a direction that I think I can work with. We're going to have Ember move up as far as she can to the base of this walkway, as well as more demons in the back continue to move forward. We have a large grouping of enemies up there, but Liz continues to move up to get into a better position. Sela, pretty hard for her to maneuver in all of that armor, but that's okay. Hammond, on the other hand, should be able to move pretty far, except he didn't. I don't know why. I don't know what happened there. And we're just going to get Lan in a spot where we think he'll be successful, which should be right here. As the first arrow of the match, the first shot of the match coming from Lan is going to be enough to take down our adversaries. Woljif pretty high in the turn order. We're going to delay him to be at least behind our wizard. I want to see how this plays out first before we do anything else. Ninio's going to turn around and open up a hole on top of her adversaries, or should I say underneath her adversaries. They all have to travel through this path, and we have a confirmed kill on at least 2 of them. 3 of them? We already killed the main guy. He fell in the hole and he died. That guy just fell in the hole and he died. Bro, that guy just fell in the hole and wait a minute. If I don't skip my turn, do they just keep falling? What is happening? Are you dead? Oh no, there he goes again. Well, boys, I'm feeling really good about Ninio's performance here today. Let's go ahead and skip her turn and see how the rest of this plays out. Woljif actually missing a little bit of health here, and I'm not sure why. Let's just have him... he doesn't have any potions at the ready, but we can get some. Let's just have him heal up. Get back to a little bit healthier of a health here. That was a redundant sentence. Hey, don't worry about it too much. Did you actually heal, my dude? Oof, light wounds isn't cured as much as it used to, you know what I'm saying? Oh, apparently they're still continuing to fall into this hole that we made. This is looking pretty good. Feeling pretty good about myself. We're gonna have Ember just move up to the top here. I don't think Ember's gonna have to do anything. We have another turn on a demon here. He walks directly into the pit and takes fall damage. Liz is gonna skip her turn. Everyone else, I think, is gonna skip their turn. I think this is going perfectly fine. Let's just see who walks in next. He passed the save. He passed the save. One has made it through. Their true warrior has emerged victorious. We're now going to see Nenio fire off a shot with her crossbow. That's going to hit for 6 damage. Woljif, another demon just got eaten in the back. Woljif moves up to the top, and he's just gonna hold the line, I think. Ember is going to attempt a slumbering song on the Templar that had moved up closest to us, and that slumber was successful as another enemy dies inside of the pit. Well, this is looking pretty good. We're gonna skip everybody's turn, just get around to Woljif here and let him do the honors of the coup de grace on the enemy that can't move. With his dagger, he simply cuts the throat of the enemy. There are still some people in here. Perhaps they just can't get out. Let's move the whole party up. On Nenio's turn, I'll have her destroy the field, because we did have a few guys actually showing up. Hammond finally gets up into the fight, moving up the walkway now, and Lan is going to do the same, getting to hopefully an advantageous position. Nenio reaches out with her hand and moves instead of doing what I said, and dismisses the area that she laid down earlier. We are seeing a few cultists left on the ground here, and Faxon is one of them. We're gonna see Woljif move up. Faulty. Oh, can he not do a coup de grace from that far? He's gonna move up and just take a good old auto attack for 8 damage on Faxon. And as he stands up again, we're gonna hit him with another 8. Faxon now gets his first turn. It looks like he used it to wake up an ally, this Templar, trying to retreat to safety in the middle of this room. We hear a familiar slumbering lullaby resonating from Ember's mouth as Faxon falls asleep on the job. Let's just have Liz move to the top. Maybe she'll do something on her turn. I kind of doubt it. I think Sila's a little too far out of range too. We might be able to feed our bear Hammond. Faxon's looking pretty delicious too. Coup de grace not able to work again, however. Maybe just a little bit too far away. Lan with the shot, gonna go for the Templar in the middle of the area, saving his second arrow for Faxon, who is super close to death's door at this point. We're then going to see an acid spray from Nenio onto our cultist friend for 2 damage. That's a free cantrip. And then the coup de grace cannot be used. No, I don't know why. The archer is the one that's still alive. Let's go for him. Actually, we can't. We're going to have to do 2 attacks on Faxon because we cannot move forward, and he is taken down. That familiar lullaby resonates throughout the cathedral. Go to sleep. Successful again as Ember. Burn. Dude, I seriously think Ember hard carries our fights now. It's not even close. We have one more cultist dead on the ground. He's the only one remaining. I would hate for him to get another turn. Land with 7 damage, followed by, what was that, 14, is going to finish that off nice and easy. Let's do the mobility check at the back. Woljif is going to be the one who steps up to try it, and he is successful. As the party's taken across, maybe that's just something I could have used mid-fight. Push the column. Athletics check.
Can't hide from me.
Nice find. We managed to find a few pieces of loot. as we move the column out of the way, although it wasn't that good. We have the demonic circle. I don't think I'm going to be touching that right now. I think that can stay there. We do have loot that we can pick up on the way out, so I probably don't have to loot each of these guys. Could we open the door? No, it looks totally locked. Athletics on the other side as well sends us up to a higher ring of this area, and we can push a column down up here too.
Thanks, Lan. You're so awesome.
Oh, maybe just another thing we could have done in combat. I'm actually dying to know. Oh, we have a trap here. I'm dying to know, how did this play out for you and your party if you're playing along at home?
Pretty good, aren't I?
I think I absolutely adore those area control spells. They are what bring me the most joy in games like this, and it's gonna be pretty fucking hard to say that we didn't carry that fight on our back just by opening up a hole on this walkway. He has a heavy mace +1. We just identified it. Heavy mace of fire, that makes sense. It was burning after all. We're probably just gonna give that to one of our vendors back in town. You know, one bad thing about all those bodies falling through a hole is I can't actually loot them all. A lot of those little demons were just kind of lost.
Trail me.
In the back, we can proceed into the basement. Let's see where it goes. If they were doing all that demonic shit up top, it kind of makes you wonder what they were doing in the basement, huh? Oh, we have a cutscene. A pale and frightened half-elf looks at you wearily. His face is twisted into a grimace like he just ate something slimy. Hey! Who are you? Praise Baphomet. What are you doing here? Did Faxon send you? I heard a noise outside, but I was busy making a list of relics. Did something happen? Yeah, what are you doing here? I'm compiling a list of the valuable Crusader artifacts. Lord Xanthir has ordered that everything of use should be transported from Canabras and saved from the looting and destruction. We chose the museum as the place to collect and sort through the trophies. Unfortunately, the local thieves have proved even quicker off the mark than the demons. They ransacked the museum in the first few hours of the assault, but there are some objects of interest among the exhibits they left behind. The museum custodian has been kind enough to advise me on those, but where's Faxon? Finest thieves in Mendev. Turn your back and everything that isn't nailed to the floor will be gone when you turn around again. The demons have no chance against them. Masters of our trade, we are. There you go, bragging again, dummy. Thieving has never led to anything but harm. Trust me. We know that from her backstory. If you fought the way you thieve, now that might be useful. Yeah, no thanks. Every person has their calling, and this one is mine. But I imagine if you fought as well as we thieve, Where's the museum custodian? Over in the gallery. I deceived him. I told him I was a crusader. It wasn't difficult. The old geezer's out of his mind. So tell me, where's Faxon? Well, how do I say this? Get your hands off this shit. The half-elf leaps back nimbly, pulling a sheaf of papers from his bag and goes, No! I have valuable letters from Lord Xanthir here. I must destroy them. The cultist balls up the pages in his fist and shoves them into his mouth and begins furiously chewing like a hamster. A moment later, the half-elf's eyes bulge. As he opens his mouth, which is stuffed with the manifested paper, he tries to cough, but nothing comes out. The failed saboteur looks at you in desperation. His eyes are streaming. His face is growing paler by the second, and he falls to his knees. A strangled wheeze emerges from behind the wad of paper. His expressions veer from hilarious to the grotesque as he signals to you for help. No! I want to read what it says. Spit it out. Want some salt and pepper for that? No, I've never tried eating paper myself, but I feel seasoning goes a long way. Oh, God. I'm just gonna kill him. Or should I help? I'm gonna help him. God damn it. Digging your fingers deep into the hapless half-elf's throat, you retrieve the disgusting ball of soggy paper. Hey, give that here! The cultist coughs violently, and then after taking a trembling breath, leaps up and takes off running. He's disappeared, leaving you with a wad of correspondence that is much worse for wear. Our quest log updated. All of the demons occupying the Tower of Estrad have been killed. Arobeth will be delighted to hear that one of the demons' strongholds in this city has been destroyed. Although, I don't think we found everything in here, and I'm not sure what I actually got from that guy.
This is my kind of work.
Woljif unlocked one of these side doors where a lot of loot is currently residing. We're gonna take it all with us. We're traveling pretty light right now. We should be able to lug all this home. We also see a chain shirt. That could be good. Not for me, but it could be good. I wish we could pick up these paintings. I had so many strategies in Divinity that just came down to me putting paintings down or trying to block an area with stuff.
No secrets.
Woljif picks the lock on another door.
Here. Where else would I be?
Wow, there's a lot of traps in this room. Everybody out! Everybody out!
For me there, I wonder.
Let's let our rogue figure this out, okay? One trap at a time. Disarm. A little bit of food. It looks like some crafting resources. I need to read all of these books because some of them unlock bonuses. Ooh, a kukri. That could be really good. That's a monk weapon. I think eventually, even though Land's class is called a Zen Archer, I think he can get all of his bonuses in melee too. This is probably the caretaker. The old man, looking around absent-mindedly, shrinks away as you get closer. His head seems to shake uncontrollably, but his hands are surprisingly deft and assured as they level a magic wand at you. Stay back. Which are you, robber or demon? Hey, take it easy, Gramps. So that's the way it is, huh? You see hordes and you think thief or demon? Quit scaring the old man, dummy. Have you seen your horns? They, how should I put this? Don't exactly inspire trust in a city that's currently overrun with demons. Do you feel that way about me too, Sela? Hey, there are horns and then there are horns. Hey, I'm not gonna hurt you. The old man goggles at you in terror, but he doesn't lower his wand. A rustling comes from somewhere behind him. Rats! The old man wheels around fearfully and peers in the direction that the sound came from. The hand holding the wand gradually falls to his side. Then he turns back to you. There is no fear in his expression, only vague confusion. I'm sorry. I was distracted. What were we talking about? Hey, what happened here, bud? Do you remember the demons? The old man burst into an agitated muttery, gesticulating furiously with shaking hands. First, the bell started ringing, and then there were noises in the street. Then the dragon, Lady Terendelev, began to roar. I went to lock the door, but they were already inside. The thieves! There were 7 of them, or perhaps 10. I don't remember. They were talking about rubbish about how they were all orphans, supposedly, and that they were dangerous. They grabbed me and wouldn't let me go. And then they looted the place. They took anything with even a lick of gold on it. Relics, too. The museum boasts a very extensive collection, you know, and worst of all, they took the wand. And when they were done, they tossed me aside like a piece of old junk. They didn't even bother to kill me. The museum custodian looks at you with a front of anguish in his eyes. Why did they spare you? The museum custodian looks at you with stark surprise. Demons? There have been no demons in this museum. I heard them breaking into the tower, but then everything went quiet. Then a very polite young fellow came along, a half-elf. He said Canabras was under attack, but that the Crusaders had already recaptured the tower. He said he'd been sent to oversee the evacuation of the museum, and he was very pleased to find me here. I've proved a very useful resource. I showed them all the most valuable relics, explained what they were, and he wrapped them up, labeled them, and carried them off elsewhere. God damn it. And I've been here this whole time. I locked the doors and stood guard to make sure no demon got in, but I've seen not one of them. Haven't heard any either. I've grown hard of hearing in the last few years. So what wand did they take? The wand of Zacharias, my master. He was a great man, the hero of the defense of the lost chapel. And those scoundrels took his wand, a relic. Ballads are sung about Zacharias, and they've just damned thieves. Master Zacharias will return, and he will assemble all of us, his students, and I'll show them what Battle Mage Taldern is made of. Fury sparks in the old man's eyes, his spine straightens, and in a fluid motion, his hands raise his wand at the ready. But a howl of rage from outside frightens off the ghost of the past. The old man turns around and looks at you befuddledly. You were just asking me about something, but I forgot what it was. Do you have any idea where the robbers went? The old man throws up his hands. I haven't the foggiest. They're thieves. They know out-of-the-way places where they won't be found. That's where they are, if they're still alive. But they won't be in the city. I heard them talking amongst themselves about how they needed to get out of Canabras before the demons wipe all of them out. Well, okay, man. Look, let's get you out of here, okay? I know you might be a little confused, but we could take you to the Defender's Heart. You'll be safe there, and you won't have any more thieves around. At least thieves that might actually steal from you. The old custodian gives you a toothless smile. Really? It's safe there? But how can I leave the museum? His gaze falls upon the traces of the ransacking. The old man becomes lost in thought, as though trying to find an explanation for what he is seeing. You know what happened here, don't you? Thieves they were, prowling about, wanted to rob the museum, but I stopped them. Those ne'er-do-wells came in here, and I gave them what for? A dose of battle magic. They won't be back. Don't you worry about me. I may be old, but I can still hold my own. Are you sure? I really don't want to leave you here. Are you sure you're all right? The poor man smiles piteously and makes a helpless gesture. Old age, my young friend. Old age and the poison of fear seeping into my mind. Both have turned me from a crusader and a battle mage into the sorry specimen that you see before you. This museum is all I have. Whenever I forget who I am, I just read the exhibit labels. They are of the past, just like me. And now some ruffians have ransacked this place. I'm frightened, my young friend. Very frightened. Don't be afraid. Oh, this is Ember. Don't be afraid, the girl whispers. There's nothing to be afraid of. All the scary things have already happened. They're in the past. The old man nods, but continues his agitated motions. Scary. So scary. The old man, bewildered gaze follows you as you go. Well, I'm just gonna take everything on the shelves here, but it's not stealing because you're watching me do it, right? Oh God, I'm taking things from a museum when the guy can't remember the conversation we were just having. You know, my grandma told me, I'm super duper close with my grandma, and she told me her entire life that her biggest fear is her losing her brain and losing her memory. And unfortunately, she has stages where dementia hits her kind of hard, and she does exactly that, and it's so fucking hard to see. And now that's become my biggest fear. I never want that to happen to me. And with that, our party has made it back into town. I'm going to head inside and see if we can talk to Irabeth, let her know about the state of that museum that we just went through. Come on, Hammond. Come on, bud. You're doing great. I know it's rainy. Let's get you inside. I mean, he may like the rain for all we know. Thank you guys for all of your kind comments on this series so far. If you made it this far into this video, then you're probably one of the people I'm talking about. I stress out a lot about my job, a lot about every possible facet of it. But it always makes me feel good to know how much support we have here on this channel. And I just want to say I appreciate it. I thank you for saving the esteemed citizens of Canabras, even though not all of them deserve to be saved. May Amonade forgive my words. Irabeth cast a meaningful look at Count Arendray, sitting at a nearby table. I don't really mean that, of course. I just never fail to be astounded by the ways good people seem to perish, while the not-so-good prove to be incredibly, amazingly enduring. Oh, she's talking about the Count. You know, he did offer me aid. He can't be that bad. Yes. That's not like him at all. Joining the Crusades is a tradition among the Mendevan nobles. But Darren Arande was never too keen on fighting demons. The Count has a certain reputation in Mendev. He's not a pleasant individual by any means, but he's not known for any particular villainy either. The Count enjoys a life of leisure surrounded by a gaggle of sycophants, who are always eager to badmouth the Queen at his command. There was a hero of the First Crusade, Sir Lant, a kind and honest man. After the end of his glorious career as a soldier, he became a wise mentor of the younger generation. He ran afoul of the Count somehow, perhaps by lecturing him about his idle lifestyle and a lack of purpose. When Sir Lant died, the Count managed to buy a portion of his estate and ordered the knight's helmet to be reforged into a chamber pot. And of course, didn't keep his little joke private. The Queen was particularly affronted by it, because Sir Lant used to be her most loyal comrade in arms. I was there receiving an assignment from Her Majesty and witnessed the exact moment she found out about the helmet's fate. It was a small thing, but I could see the Queen's anguish at the travesty that had been made of her friend's legacy. That's what our Count is like as a person. And as for his talent for survival, do you know the story of Heaven's Edge? He was the only member of his family to escape with his life when the demons unleashed a magical plague at Arende's estate. Well, thank you for telling me all of that. My pleasure. I'm sorry you had to endure my grumblings. Watching these things happen to my city has put me in a foul mood. Well, you might like knowing that we went to the Tower of Estrad and we killed every single demon there. Great! The places where the demons have gathered need to be cleared one by one. Then they won't be able to stab us in the back when we take the Grey Garrison. Thank you for your service. You know, what is your strategy for going after the Grey Garrison? The Grey Garrison. I think I keep saying it wrong. I shall lead the rest of my forces in a frontal assault. This will distract the enemy enough to let us use the secret passage and reach the Wardstone. Destroy it before the demons turn Iomede's gift into a weapon for the Abyss. Most of the allies you've found will join my forces, but you can expect a certain amount of support from them. The problem with the Desnans is that you never know what to expect from those daydreamers. Their honorable prior, Ramian, claims that he had a vision in which the goddess was putting demons to sleep. I'd like to hope that merely wasn't a dream. In these dark days, the most unlikely allies joined forces to fight the common foes. All tieflings are treated with prejudice in Canabras, let alone the smugglers and the thieves of their kind. And yet, they are on our side. And I'll make sure their contribution is not forgotten after this victory. They shall be little use to us in open combat, but they'll help you spot secret doors and warn you about traps. That sounds great. May Iomade keep you safe. Indeed, you too, Irabeth. You too. that's going to do it for today's episode, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. Hope you enjoyed. We should be getting back to our normal upload schedule with the series. Hopefully, fingers crossed. And again, thank you for your patience during the hiatus. Take care, and I'll see you again soon. Goodbye.